Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why two people, starting in the same place, end up living completely different lives 10 or 20 years later? Why does one enjoy freedom and financial security while the other struggles to make ends meet? The answer, according to Jim Rohn, is simple: discipline. And today, I want to share with you how discipline, applied in the right areas, transforms not only your finances, but your entire life. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe, because every day we explore powerful ideas that help you grow, achieve, and live with purpose. 1. The small daily choices. Your future isn't shaped by one big event. It's shaped by the little decisions you make every single day. It's easy to imagine that success, happiness, or fulfillment will come from a single breakthrough moment: landing the perfect job, writing a best-selling book, meeting the right partner, or starting a business that suddenly takes off. But the truth is, these big events are only visible markers of a much longer and quieter journey. Beneath every visible overnight success lies years of invisible daily choices. Do you choose the book or the TV remote? Do you choose to wake up early and exercise, or hit snooze and stay in bed? Do you choose to spend that extra bit of money on something fleeting, or do you save it towards something meaningful? These tiny moments of decision, which seem so insignificant when viewed in isolation, are the brushstrokes that slowly paint the masterpiece of your future life. Jim Rohn once said that success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced daily. This isn't a poetic exaggeration, it's a profound truth. The problem is, most people underestimate the power of those small disciplines because the consequences aren't immediate. If you skip reading today and watch television instead, nothing catastrophic happens. If you order fast food instead of cooking a healthier meal, the effect isn't visible tomorrow morning. But if you repeat these small decisions consistently, they compound into patterns. Over weeks, months, and years, those patterns become habits, and those habits shape the person you are becoming. The person you'll be in 5 years isn't the result of fate or luck. It is simply the accumulation of today's habits. If you build a life on procrastination, distraction, and indulgence, then in 5 years, you'll have the harvest of those seeds. If you build a life on discipline, intentionality, and growth, then in 5 years, you'll be reaping an entirely different harvest. This is why the smallest choices matter more than we realize. Every day you are casting a vote for the kind of person you want to become. Choosing to read a few pages of a book instead of mindlessly scrolling your phone is casting a vote for the identity of a learner. Choosing to cook a meal instead of ordering fast food is casting a vote for the identity of someone who values their health. Choosing to save even a small amount of money instead of spending it frivolously is casting a vote for the identity of someone financially disciplined. Each decision is small, but over time the votes add up. You are literally training your future self with your present actions. The challenge is that our brains crave immediate gratification. We want the short-term pleasure, the easy option, the quick fix. But lasting fulfillment doesn't come from giving in to every impulse. It comes from aligning your small daily choices with your long-term vision. If you want to be someone who writes, then write a little bit every day. If you want to be someone who is fit, then exercise consistently, even if it's just for 10 minutes. If you want to be someone who is wise, then read and reflect daily. Don't wait for motivation or inspiration to strike. Act as if you already are that person, and soon you will become them. Your future self is watching you right now. That person is begging you to make decisions that honor them, not betray them. Imagine standing 5 years in the future, looking back at today. Would you thank yourself for your discipline, or would you wish you had taken life more seriously? The truth is, every small choice is a seed, and one day you will eat the fruit of those seeds. Choose carefully, because your daily habits are writing the story of your life. 2. The compound effect. Here is the secret most people overlook. Small disciplines don't just add up, they multiply. This is the essence of the compound effect. Think of compound interest. In the early years, the growth is almost invisible. The extra dollars your investment earns seem laughably small, almost not worth the effort. But year after year, as your interest itself begins to earn interest, the growth curve starts to bend upward until it becomes extraordinary. What once looked insignificant becomes unstoppable. The same principle applies to every area of life. Health, knowledge, skills, finances, and relationships all grow in ways that are barely noticeable in the short term, but breathtakingly powerful in the long term. The danger is that most people quit too early. Because progress is invisible at first, we assume nothing is happening. You go to the gym for 2 weeks, and your body doesn't look much different. You save money for a few months, and your account barely seems to grow. You read for a season, but you don't feel immediately smarter. The lack of visible results discourages people, and so they stop, thinking their effort is wasted. But those who stay consistent, those who push through the invisible years, are the ones who experience exponential results. The real payoff doesn't happen in the first chapter. It comes later, once the compounding effect takes over. Think about health. If you eat a burger today, you don't instantly gain weight. If you eat a salad today, you don't instantly lose weight. But repeat that choice 1,000 times, and the difference is undeniable. Think about knowledge. Reading one book won't change your life, but reading 50 over the course of a year will transform your mind. Think about finances. Saving $1 today won't make you wealthy, but saving and investing consistently for years will provide freedom and security. The secret is consistency. Small, disciplined actions performed daily, relentlessly, and without giving up. This principle also works in reverse. Just as small positive actions compound, so do small negative ones. Skipping a workout, overspending slightly, procrastinating just this once. These may feel harmless in the moment, but repeated over time, they grow into habits that erode your health, wealth, and character. Compounding doesn't care whether it's working for you or against you. It simply magnifies whatever seeds you plant. Plant carelessness, reap regret. Plant discipline, reap reward. Perhaps the most powerful part of the compound effect is that it sneaks up on you. One day, after months or years of consistent effort, you suddenly notice you are stronger, wiser, wealthier, or more skilled than you ever imagined. People around you may call it luck, but it wasn't luck. It was consistency. The world rewards visible results, but it rarely notices the invisible disciplines that created them. That's why you must not lose faith in the small things. Your daily habits are compounding even when no one, not even you, can see it yet. The compound effect teaches us patience. It reminds us that greatness is never built in a day, but it is built daily. The small things matter, not because they are small, but because they multiply. What feels insignificant today can change your entire tomorrow. The question is, will you stay committed long enough to see the compound effect work in your life?
3. Financial discipline. Now let's talk money. Financial discipline isn't about deprivation, it's about direction. Too many people see budgeting, saving, and investing as chains that restrict them, but in reality, they are the tools that free you. Without financial discipline, money slips through your fingers without purpose, and you're left wondering where it went. With discipline, every dollar has a job. It is sent somewhere intentionally, whether toward building savings, paying down debt, investing in the future, or creating opportunities for growth. The difference between those who control their money and those controlled by money is not income level, it's discipline. Financial discipline begins with awareness. Most people don't have a spending problem as much as they have a not paying attention problem. They swipe cards, make impulse purchases, and rationalize spending in the moment, only to feel regret later. Discipline starts by tracking. Where is your money going? Once you know, you can begin to give each dollar a mission. A budget isn't a punishment, it's a plan for your dreams. It's how you stop being reactive and start being proactive with your money. Without a plan, money controls you. With a plan, you control money. Saving, budgeting, and investing aren't glamorous. They don't provide the dopamine rush of buying something new or showing off something flashy. But in the long run, they provide something far more valuable: freedom. Freedom from stress when emergencies come. Freedom to make career choices without being chained to debt. Freedom to retire comfortably. Freedom to help others. Every dollar saved is a vote for freedom. Every dollar invested is a seed for future abundance. Every impulse you resist is a gift to your future self. The discipline of saying no to impulse spending is actually saying yes to your future self. When you delay gratification, you are investing in the kind of life you want to live, instead of sabotaging it for a moment of fleeting pleasure. Financial discipline doesn't mean you never spend. It means you spend with intention. It means aligning your money with your values. It means choosing what matters most over what feels good right now. It means deciding, not drifting. And just like with health or knowledge, financial discipline compounds. Saving a little each week may not feel like much, but over years it grows into something significant. Paying off a small debt may feel like a drop in the ocean, but as interest no longer drains your money, the effect accelerates. Investing a modest amount consistently may seem slow, but given time, it becomes powerful. The earlier you begin, the greater the effect. But it's never too late to start. The principle remains: direction, not deprivation. Ultimately, financial discipline isn't about money, it's about life. Money touches nearly every decision we make, from where we live, to the opportunities we pursue, to the security we feel. A lack of discipline creates constant stress, while discipline creates peace. It's not about having more, it's about using what you have with wisdom. The person who learns to master money learns to master freedom. And freedom, not wealth itself, is the ultimate goal of financial discipline. 4. Building long-term stability. Building wealth is not merely about acquiring money in the short term. It is about sustaining, protecting, and multiplying it over the long run. Anyone can experience a sudden gain of fortune, whether through a lucky investment, a booming business cycle, or even sheer chance. But history is full of examples of people who gained riches only to lose them just as quickly because they failed to build systems that ensured stability. Wealth without structure is like a house without a foundation. It may stand tall for a moment, but it cannot endure the inevitable storms of life. Long-term stability demands a philosophy of stewardship, where money is not just earned, but cultivated, where the future is not left to chance, but intentionally prepared for through habits, routines, and disciplined decisions. One of the cornerstones of financial stability is the creation of an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable, and crises often arrive without warning, whether it's the loss of a job, a sudden illness, or an unforeseen expense. Without a buffer, these events can shatter financial progress and force desperate, unwise choices. An emergency fund acts as a shield, granting the freedom to handle hardship without panic. It is not glamorous, and it doesn't generate excitement like investments might, but its quiet power lies in the stability it provides. With this reserve in place, financial setbacks become inconveniences rather than catastrophes. It is discipline that builds this fund, and discipline that allows you to sleep at night knowing you are not one crisis away from ruin. Another vital principle of long-term stability is automation. Human beings are naturally inconsistent. Our moods, desires, and impulses shift daily. Relying on willpower alone to save or invest is a fragile strategy because willpower is often depleted when temptation arises. Automation solves this problem by removing emotion from the equation. When savings, investments, and contributions to long-term goals are automatically deducted, you eliminate the need to decide again and again whether to act responsibly. The decision is made once, then technology carries it out faithfully. This system ensures that your future is prioritized even when your present self is tempted to spend. Automation is not just a tool, it is a declaration of commitment to stability. Diversification is another pillar of security. To rely on a single source of income or a single investment is to build your financial house on sand. Economies shift, industries decline, and opportunities change over time. By spreading your investments across various sectors, asset classes, and even geographies, you create resilience. When one area falters, another can carry the weight. This principle is not about chasing maximum gains, but about ensuring survival and steady growth over decades. The aim is not to predict the future, but to prepare for its uncertainty. Diversification is humility in practice. It admits that no one can foresee everything, so the wise protect themselves by not placing all their trust in one outcome. Protection is the final, often overlooked element of stability. Insurance, estate planning, and legal safeguards are not exciting topics, but they are essential. Just as one secures their home with locks or wears a seatbelt when driving, protecting wealth from the unexpected is an act of prudence. A sudden accident, illness, or lawsuit can undo years of progress if you remain unprotected. By preparing in advance with appropriate safeguards, you ensure that your wealth not only grows, but remains intact regardless of life's uncertainties. To neglect protection is to leave your foundation exposed to erosion. Ultimately, stability is not the result of luck or chance. It is the fruit of consistent discipline. It requires the humility to prepare, the foresight to diversify, the patience to save, and the wisdom to protect. Discipline today creates resilience tomorrow. The storms of life are inevitable. No one escapes them. But when they come, those who built their financial lives on systems and structures stand firm, while those who relied on luck or impulse are swept away. To build long-term stability is to choose the harder path now, so that you may walk the easier path later. It is to honor your future self by acting with discipline in the present. Stability, then, is not merely financial. It is a way of life, a mindset that values resilience over recklessness and preparation over chance.
5. Peace of mind through preparation. What is the true reward of discipline? At first glance, many assume it is wealth, freedom, or the ability to buy luxuries without restraint. These are byproducts, yes, but they are not the highest fruit. The real prize of discipline is peace of mind, the quiet assurance that you are prepared, the inner calm that arises when you know you have built a life resilient enough to withstand both hardship and opportunity. Peace of mind cannot be purchased outright, for it is not a product of external possessions, but of internal security. It is born from preparation, from the steady practice of aligning daily habits with long-term vision. Wealth without peace is merely anxiety dressed in luxury. Discipline transforms wealth into serenity. Financial stress is one of the heaviest burdens in modern life. It corrodes relationships, undermines health, and clouds judgment. People often underestimate its weight until they are free from it, at which point the relief feels almost spiritual. To live without financial stress is not to live without responsibility, but to live with confidence that your responsibilities are met. Imagine waking each morning not to panic over bills or uncertainty, but with the knowledge that your systems are working on your behalf, your savings are growing, your future is secure. That state of mind is worth more than fleeting luxuries because it enriches every area of life, from work and family to health and personal fulfillment. Peace of mind makes wealth meaningful. Preparation is the path to this peace. It does not happen by accident. It is cultivated deliberately, like a garden tended daily. Each choice to save rather than spend, to invest rather than indulge, to plan rather than drift, adds another layer of protection to your future. At first, preparation may feel like sacrifice. You may feel you are giving up pleasures or delaying gratification. But over time, preparation reveals itself as liberation. The small disciplines practiced consistently become the armor that shields you from fear. They replace the anxiety of uncertainty with the assurance of readiness. When challenges arrive, and they always do, you do not crumble because you already accounted for them in your design. There is a chain reaction to discipline. Discipline creates security. Security creates confidence. Confidence creates serenity. And serenity frees you to live with greater purpose. Without the constant hum of financial worry, your mind is clear to pursue what matters most, whether that is your family, your work, your spiritual growth, or your contribution to society. Peace of mind expands your capacity to live fully because it removes the invisible shackles of fear. Preparation, then, is not merely about money. It is about reclaiming your freedom from anxiety. This peace is not just about preparing for the worst, it is also being positioned for the best. When you are financially stable, opportunities that once felt risky become possible. You can take bold steps, whether starting a business, supporting a cause, or seizing an investment, because your foundation is secure. Preparation does not make life boring. It makes life expansive. The same discipline that shields you from disaster also positions you to embrace opportunity without hesitation. Peace of mind is the confidence to face both storms and sunlight with the same steady heart. In the end, the real reward of preparation is not measured in numbers, but in the quiet strength it gives you each day. It is knowing that you are not at the mercy of circumstance, that you are not living paycheck to paycheck, that you are not vulnerable to every gust of misfortune. It is knowing that you have honored your responsibilities, safeguarded your loved ones, and positioned yourself to thrive no matter what comes. That knowledge is priceless. Discipline may feel demanding in the present, but it pays you in the currency of peace, which is more valuable than any material possession. Security creates serenity, and serenity is the ultimate wealth. That is the promise of preparation, a life lived with confidence, calm, and freedom from fear.
So here's the truth. Your life is built one decision at a time. Your discipline today is your freedom tomorrow. Ask yourself, what small choice can I make today that my future self will thank me for? And remember, if this message resonates with you, hit subscribe because this is just the beginning. Together, let's keep learning, growing, and building a life of purpose and financial security, the Jim Rohn way.